Hey everybody, welcome to the Blue Collar Beer Gentleman. I'm Topher. I started this channel because I'm a fan of craft beer, but I'm also on a limited budget, and I wanted to demonstrate it was possible to enjoy good quality beers without having to break the bank. So the beers that I review on this channel usually come in around the $2 price range, and such was the case with today's selection. This is another one of the one of the beers that I put in my Build Your Six Pack that I got at my Smith's. During this time, it's difficult to find bottle shops open, so in fact, it's impossible at this point to find bottle shops open or even liquor stores. So I've been buying from the grocery store, and you work with what you got. You do what you can. So the six pack that I built at my store came in at $9.99, which means that each of the cans was $1.67. So that's what I paid for this 12-ounce can of the Gypsy Fade IPA from Tenaya Creek Brewery. Now, this is a beer that is revisited. I've had it several times. I've reviewed it on here. You've heard me talk about it. This is one of the two beers that I actually served at my wedding reception back in 2017. Um, it is this, and if you're wondering, the other one was Belching Beaver's Phantom Bride. But this is a great IPA. Love this IPA. Let's see if they got a descriptor on here. Here we go. About Gypsy Fade. Brewed with citrus-forward hops, this very approachable tropical-style IPA will have your palate dancing with notes of mango, stone fruit, and tangerine, and will leave you ready for another. This beer is 4 months old at the time of this recording, so I know you purists would say that if it's past the 90-day mark, it's no good. I gotta admit, sometimes I still think that's so funny when I think about the IPAs were actually made to preserve beer on its trip around Africa for British soldiers in the campaign in India. I think that's kind of funny. Anyway, but Gypsy Fate, if you are unaware, as it was explained to me by my buddy Steve at Total Wine, if you're ever here in Vegas and you're in the west end of town, go check out Total Wine at Boca Park. Ask for Steve. Steve's going to help you out. He's a smart guy, knows a lot about beer. Anyway, he explained it to me that a Gypsy Fate apparently is, let's say your buddies say, hey, let's have another round, and you say, sure thing, even though you know that you cannot handle another round. You just can't do it. So what you say is, fellas, I gotta go use the can, and you go off and you pretend like you're gonna go take a leak, and actually what you do is you just fade out. Apparently that's without saying goodbye, without letting anybody know that you're leaving, you just kind of fade away. Well, that's apparently a gypsy fade. So, that's the story behind that. I am in fact going to be using my Tenaya Creek IPA glass. I mean, it's a Tenaya Creek IPA. I had to put it in my Tenaya Creek IPA glass. One more quick note about this glass: go to Tenaya Creek on Tuesdays after all this is over and the quarantine is lifted, and slap down $6. You're going to get a beer just like this. You're going to get a glass just like this. It's going to be full of house beer. Bring the glass. Keep bringing the glass up to the counter. Lay down another $5. You're going to keep getting refills. Take the glass home with you that night. Wash it. Bring it back next Tuesday. More $5 refills. As long as you can keep your glass in one piece, you continue to get $5 refills. Pretty damn good deal. On that is on Tuesday nights. I should re-stress. That is a Tuesday night special. And I'd like to think that after the quarantine, things will be back to normal and they'll be doing that. But maybe we should double check on that, just to be on the safe side. This beer does have a 6.0 ABV. Typically, American AM IPAs come in between 5.5 and 7.5 on the ABV scale. Also, they come in between. This has 59 excuse me, 59 IBUs. Typically, American IPAs come in between 40 and 70 on the IBU scale. So let's get to some pouring, and then we will discuss the other matter that I forgot to bring up, and that is what the reviewing community has to say about this beer. I myself have so far sampled 87 beers from Tenaya Creek. If you are unaware, I am one of the founders of the Facebook page, The Creek Geeks LV, hashtag The Creek Geeks LV. We are fans of Tenaya Creek. We love Tenaya Creek beer. We love Tenaya Creek society, and you don't even have to be a Vegas person or anybody who's ever been to Tenaya Creek. If you like Tenaya Creek, if you think that Tenaya Creek sounds like the kind of place that you would like, you are more than welcome to join the Creek Geeks. It's just about appreciating Tenaya Creek and what a great brewery it is. So, since I have had 87 beers, I did not create I did not create I did not figure out what the average score of what I give Tenaya Creek beers is. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that math. Anyway, I myself have had 5 check-ins on Gypsy Fave, uh, giving it a 4.0, and it started out as a 4.0 because the first time I actually had it was in a growler at my wedding. So, 6 of my friends on Untapped, given this a cumulative score of 3.88. 4,783 of us have given it a collective score of 3.55. Beer Advocate has had 19 rankings. Average score of 3.49, cumulative score of 83, which is only good. I don't know. This is personally one of my favorite IPAs, so I'm a little surprised that it ranks so low, but there you have it. Okay, as you can, let's see here. One of the few times, what you're seeing is maybe, for once, it's only one shade darker than the actual color of the beer. The beer itself actually looks like diluted Mountain Dew. I'm going to describe that as medium-high carbonation. There's high carbonation, but it's not crazy carbonation. It's not like Pilsner carbonation. I know that that's usually the metaphor I use for that, but it's just apropos. So it does have high carbonation. I'm going to bring a quick beard wipe. Gotta admit, I didn't get much out of that, so I'm going to stick my schnoz directly and see what else I can encounter. I'm definitely getting the tangerine that was mentioned in the descriptor of this, that's for sure. In fact, that's pretty much, that's all I'm getting at this particular point is the tangerine. I don't really even hardly smell hops, I just kind of smell tangerine. But anyway, I'm not going to keep you up in my flap. I see that I've spent 6.5 minutes just going blah, blah, blah. Let's get to some drinking, shall we? Cheers. I love this beer. I really do. For all my bitching about IPAs and how many IPAs there are out there, this remains one of my favorite IPAs, especially local. I'm going to describe that as actually a low mouthfeel. There's almost no spikiness to it. Slightest bit of alcohol burn. 6.0 ABV. It's not to be. It's not to be expected. It's not really that surprising either at 6.0. It could go either way. You could have a slight alcohol burn. Maybe you don't have any at all. This one does have a slight alcohol burn and a low mouthfeel with no spikiness. Very hop forward, but it's definitely balanced with a nice malt profile. Don't know what the malts are. They don't have the descriptors on there. Um, but as I said, how many times can I say it in the same video? It is, in fact, one of my favorite IPAs. It's refreshing. It doesn't have that creamy finish that I've grown kind of accustomed to, and that's what kind of makes this stand apart from some of my other favorite IPAs, is that it really doesn't have the creamy finish, but it is hop forward. It's not overly bitter. I mean, what is it, 59 IBUs? Is that? Yeah, 59 IBUs. So that puts it about mid-range in the 40 to 70 scale. I guess maybe like C plus in terms of, if you were going to say, if A was 70 IBUs, then I'd say 59 be somewhere about C plus, B minus, somewhere around that range, maybe even as a good solid B. But anyway, great beer, great can design, great brewery, great city. Love my city, love Tenaya Creek, think it's great. Hope everybody is being safe. Hope everybody is staying inside. Hope everybody is doing their untapped at home. As I said, I've given this beer a 4.0. That was because I got it before it came into a can. Otherwise, would have gotten a 4.25. And this is in fact a revisited beer. But guys, the rest of May is going to be pretty much IPAs. There's when I went to the store to go pick up that 6 pack I was mentioning before, there was a preponderance of faux craft beer. And of what was left of the actual craft beer, the craft breweries, it was just almost exclusively IPAs. So that's what I ended up getting. So you're going to see a lot of IPAs in May. Sorry, you got to work with what you have. Well, guys, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, drink good beer and don't break the bank doing it. And stay inside and be safe. Cheers.